Hi, this is Brian Doyle with Iron Sharpens Iron. We're here to talk about how to mobilize men to an off-site event. Really, we're talking about the principles of what it takes to equip and mobilize men. This is tip number 5. Now, if you're wondering where the other tips are, you can find them on the website or simply at Vimeo or YouTube. Tip number 1 is be patient. Men are different. They don't have a strong felt need for a men's gathering. Tip number 2, the importance of platform visibility on a Sunday morning. That's critical. Tip number 3 is the importance of understanding that this isn't Sunday morning on a Saturday. This is a unique resource for men where we're talking about things that are relevant and masculine, talking about a man, being a husband, being a dad, etc. Tip number 4, the importance of a personal invite. Now that was last time. You can put all the brochures and cards and posters and things in front of the guys. You can play the video, do the PowerPoint. But if a guy, for many guys, if they don't get that personal invite, they're not coming. Today, tip number 5. We want to talk a little bit about the experience at Iron Sharpens Iron. This is not just about content, or else we could just write books or send you CDs. It's not about content, it's about an experience that men have at a Saturday gathering with other men, with the men of your church. That's why you'll see in everything we do, the posters, the video, register with the men of this church. It's important that the men of your church come together. That's why one of the silliest things I see men's leaders do is they make an announcement, if you want to go to Iron Sharpens Iron, just go to the website, ironsharpensiron.net. Well, first of all, that's silly because the guys are paying more. And second of all, if a guy comes alone or with just 1 or 2 other guys, a small carload, it's not nearly the experience as if he comes with a critical mass of men where you experience the conference together. This is part of shepherding the men of your church. This is part what you do, your pastor does, and the leaders of your church do. I want you to see this resource as through the eyes of a shepherd, how to shepherd men at Iron Sharpens Iron. Okay, so the couple things you can do. Now, this is all also found in print. You'll see one of the things that come in your packet. Everyone should have a packet by this time, how to get men to the conference and what to do later. This is called a conference game plan. Most of what we've been talking about so far is how to mobilize the men to the conference. Today we're talking about something different, how to take advantage of the conference. And later you can look at what to do after the conference. But today it's about what to do at the conference to maximize the man's experience. Couple things. Travel together. Don't say I'll see you there. First of all, the guy may not make it. Even if he paid for his registration, he's going to wake up. There's all kinds of pressing needs in his life, his family, his work. You got to make sure that you're going together. I'll see you at church. I'll see you at the coffee shop. I'll see you wherever. Meet, travel together, or even better, pick them up. Travel together. Show your unity. You can do that a variety of ways. You may want to do something like this. Here's an Iron Sharpens Iron sweater. You get an Iron Sharpens Iron sweater or shirt, polo, whatever. Or get one maybe even better that says the name of your church on it. Show up in unity. You guys have chosen your church for a reason. They like your church. They're proud to be a member of your church. Go ahead and figure out how to give them a t-shirt or a polo shirt. $5, whatever it's going to take, it'll be well worth the investment. Worship together. That means you got to sit together. Now, Iron Sharpens Iron, the sanctuary opens at 8:15. In most cases, we're not saving seats. So you're going to have to get the men mobilized, maybe even scout out an area and get your 33 guys or whatever it is and sit together so that the guy on the left, the guy on the right, they know they're comfortable. Remember, you want a guy to feel comfortable at this conference. If he's sitting with just one other guy and doesn't know anyone around him, there's less chance of being comfortable for most men. Okay, seminar selection. One of the things you can do, because you're sitting together, is okay, there's a break at 10:15. We've already introduced all the seminars for the morning to the guys. Well, now it's a chance for them to choose a seminar. Well, let's counsel one another. Let's encourage one another. Let's say, okay, why don't you go to the dad one? I'll go to the anger one. Why don't you go to the sexual purity one? I'll go to the evangelism one. Why don't you go to the being a husband one? I'll go over here to being a man of the word. And you kind of divvy it up and then you regroup for lunch. Again, this is critical. Eat lunch together. I don't care. Buy the conference lunch if you want, bring a cooler of sandwiches. If the church allows, barbecue, and get someone out there, again, the grill going, have some hamburgers or hot dogs, whatever it is. But a critical part of the day really is lunch. You may think, well, it's lunch, whatever. No, lunch is when you process everything that's happened from 8:30 on. Remember, this is an experience. This day is an experience. It's not just about content. If you want content, go read a book. This is not about content. This is about experiencing it together. We call it iron sharpens iron because it's Proverbs 27:17. As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. Most of the sharpening that goes on at a conference or really in a man's life is from guys like you and me. It's those casual conversations during the break. It's as we walk to and from the seminar. Those are important moments that God's Holy Spirit will use to minister to men. Don't marginalize that aspect of the experience. Okay? So that's a big part of the day. You know, end the day together. You come together. You're going to stay the whole day. Then you travel home together. If you do that, you're still talking about the conference. It's a critical part. Now, we have a resource for you. It's also in video form. We had a guy record the entire day and then bring it into a 3-minute video. It's called the ISI Experience. You can find it right on our website or at Vimeo or YouTube, called the ISI Experience. And I'd like you to take a look at that as a follow-up to today's tip, because that will give you a sense of what happens and how it happens when a church experiences iron sharpens iron together. Okay, this has been tip number 5. We have one more tip, so I'll see you next week for that.